Are you want to learn the best CSS framework? Do you want to add some more money to your earnings? Are you want to make your styling process faster? Don't worry. Tailwind CSS can solve all these problems. In this course, we will learn the most popular and best CSS framework, Tailwind, from beginner to advanced. So you get easy explanation about Tailwind concepts, make your website fast and lightweight, create styles 10 times faster than vanilla CSS, make responsive designs fast, master all advanced concepts including effects and animation with the amazing project. Lifetime access for this course and you get 30 days money back guarantee. So feel free to enroll in this course. Everything you need to know about Tailwind is in one place, so you don't need to jump back and front between random tutorials. After completing this course, you can add Tailwind CSS to your tech stack and you are ready to work on any Tailwind related projects without having any issues. And at the end of this course, I will give you one bonus tip which will help you to improve in your career. So thank you so much for joining this course. I am your instructor from Code Bless You and I am very excited about this course. So get ready for this amazing journey. Let's talk about what you need to know to take this course. You need to know HTML and CSS basics because Tailwind CSS is a framework of CSS, so you need a clear understanding of CSS styling. That's it. If you know about these topics, you are ready to go. Now let's talk about how you should take this course. First and foremost, I want you to watch this entire course all the way from beginning to end, even if you are familiar with Tailwind, because along the way I will share a lot of tips and tricks and I don't want you to miss out any of them. I will not going to waste your time with repetitive and useless stuff, so make sure to watch every lesson. And tip number 2, after each lesson you can do the practice of that lesson or you can follow along with me, because the more you practice the better you will be at Tailwind or coding in general. So what is Tailwind CSS and why is it so popular? Tailwind CSS is a utility-first CSS framework for creating modern designs quickly. In this definition, utility-first means it provides a set of predefined classes which usually apply a single style. For example, I want to set gray background to these 3 divs. One way is you define 3 different classes for divs and add background property in each class, which is not a good way to use CSS. Besides that, we can define one class named bg-gray and add background property in it. Now if we want gray background in any block or any tag, we just need to add class bg-gray. We don't need to create a new class for that. We simply reuse that class multiple times on our website. So Adam Wathan, who is the creator of Tailwind CSS, think about this approach and create a set of classes for each style. Nowadays, almost all styles are available in Tailwind CSS. We only need to add that class in our tag. There are a bunch of CSS frameworks like Bootstrap and Foundation. They work on a component-based approach, which means we get predefined components like alerts, cards, navigation bar, which looks almost similar on all websites. But in Tailwind CSS, we can create our own components from scratch without writing any CSS styles. Another purpose to use Tailwind CSS is to make your CSS lightweight, which means our website loading time will decrease. I will show you that later in this course. There are some more advantages of Tailwind CSS. It is easy to learn, it is highly customizable, which means we can change its styles or add our own styles. It makes the styling process much faster. We can safely use it in production. We can easily create responsive designs. It can be easily used with React Angular, Laravel, Vue, any other framework. Tailwind CSS has also some disadvantages like its installation process is harder for beginners and our HTML markup looks ugly. But don't worry, in this course I will show you some easy tips and tricks for solving these problems. So let's get started. Alright, let's make sure you have the right setup before we start learning. The first thing I want you to do is to upgrade your node to the latest version. And if you don't have Node in your system, you can install it. So head over to nodejs.org and download the latest stable version for your operating system. After completing the download, open up Setup and install Node.js. If you are not comfortable with Node, don't worry, we only use Node for installation of Tailwind CSS. So after installing Node, open up your command prompt and write node-v and press enter to make sure you have installed Node successfully or not. If you get the version here, it means you successfully installed Node. Next, we are going to use Visual Studio Code or VS Code as a code editor. In case you don't have VS Code, you can get it from code.visualstudio.com. Now once you open VS Code, I want you to go to the extensions panel over here and search for Live Server. Make sure to install this extension because with this we can run our HTML file live in our browser. So you don't need to refresh your browser after changing the HTML code. This extension does it automatically. After that, search for Tailwind CSS Intelligence and also install this extension. This will help us for getting the autocomplete feature for all Tailwind classes. So we don't need to remember the full name of the classes. So we are done here. In the next lesson, I will show you how to install Tailwind CSS. There are 3 ways to install Tailwind CSS. First, using CDN link. Second, Tailwind CLI. Third, POSTCSS. In this lesson, I will show you how you can install Tailwind CSS using CDN link, which means you only need to add Tailwind CDN link in your HTML file and that's it. You can start working on your project. So open up your folder in VS Code and create one HTML file here. And write exclamation mark and press tab. This will generate a basic HTML structure for you. That's why I love VS Code. Now head over to tailwindcss.com and press get started. And go to the place CDN section and copy this script tag and paste it in head section. Let's make sure it works or not. So create a paragraph tag and add some dummy text by lorem20 and press tab. Now I will add one class just for testing, text-5xl, and save it. Now right click on your HTML file and click on copy path. Now paste it in browser. See, we get our text in big font. Note that this CDN link is specially designed for development process and it's not the best choice for production. You can also install Tailwind using Tailwind CLI. It is the simplest and fastest way to install Tailwind CSS in your project by following these simple 5 steps. But if you are working on your client's project or you want to add auto prefix to your website, PostCSS is the best tool to install Tailwind. As you might know, not all CSS perform the same on all browsers. That's why we need auto prefix in our project. Here, auto prefix means Tailwind will generate styles with prefixes like WebKit, Moz, MS, etc., which I will show you later in this course. Now we are going to install Tailwind using POSTCSS. So open a folder in which you want to install Tailwind CSS. Here, I create a new folder named Tailwind CSS and open it. Now open the built-in terminal of VS Code by pressing Ctrl plus backtick in Windows and Command plus backtick in Mac. Now back to Chrome and copy this first line and paste it in terminal and press enter. This command will install some packages like Tailwind CSS for Tailwind, PostCSS for making our website ready for production, and auto prefixer for generating prefixes automatically by Tailwind. After that, back to Chrome and copy this second line and paste it in terminal and hit enter. This will create tailwind.config.js file for configuration your project, like if you want to add your own color or anything you want to change, you can do that with the help of this file. Now back to Chrome and copy this code by clicking on this button. Back to VS Code. Here we have to create a new file named postcss.config.js and paste that code here and save it. Now in this step we are going to add our HTML file location in this tailwind.config file. So simply write double quotes ./public/ ****************************************************************** Here public is our folder name and ** is for all folders inside public, and star.html means all HTML files. It simply means that Tailwind will build CSS according to HTML files in the public folder and subfolder. You can add this line if you are adding Tailwind in React, Vue, Angular or any other framework. Now back to VS Code and create a new folder named Tailwind. And inside this folder, create one main.css file. Now back to browser and copy these 3 lines of code and paste it in main.css file and save it. After that, we are going to build tailwind.css file. First of all, write npm init-y and press enter. It will create package.json file. Package.json file is basically a file that includes some basic information about your application, such as its name, its version, its authors, the address of its Git repository, its dependency, and so on. After that, we need to add the script in the package.json file for generating Tailwind CSS. So open package.json file and scroll down to the bottom, and in the script array write build : in double quotes Tailwind build dash I tailwind slash main dot css dash o public dash tailwind dot css and save it. So we successfully add a script for building Tailwind CSS. Here you have to write the exact same name of the folder which we create before. To run this script, go back to the terminal and type npm run build and press enter. Basically, this command will generate the tailwind.css file in the public folder from these 3 lines of code in main.css. If you open the folder public, in that you see tailwind.css file. And when you open the tailwind.css file, you see some predefined classes here. Now the last and final step, we will link this tailwind.css file in our HTML file. So create a new file in public folder. Because we add this public folder in tailwind.config file. Now type exclamation mark and press tab. And in the head section, write link and press tab. And in the href, write tailwind.css and save it. For testing, I will create one paragraph tag and add some dummy text here. And in that tag, write one class text dash red. You see the autocomplete feature works. So I will select text dash red dash 500 and save it. Now right click on HTML file and click on open with live server. This will automatically run our HTML file. But here you see the text color is not changed because every time you change in the HTML file, you need to rebuild that tailwind.css file. In the next video, I will show you how you can do that automatically. Now we are going to add another script for continuously running build command when we save the file. First of all, open package.json file and copy this full line and write comma at the end. And in the new line, paste that same line and here write watch and at the end write dash w and save it. Now open up your terminal and write npm run watch and press enter. Now this command will continuously watch our file, and when we save our HTML files, this will auto-generate the new CSS classes. So before you start working on your project, open the terminal and always write npm run watch. After that, you don't need to run the build command after every change. This is the power of git mode and Tailwind CSS. So back to browser and you see text color is changed to red. So congratulations, you completed the most difficult part of Tailwind CSS. In this section, we are going to learn some of the basic and advanced concepts of Tailwind, like how to use the documentation, most common classes, hover, focus, and active effects, concept of responsive design, dark mode, customized default style, declarative and functions, and much more. You will also love the exercises in this section which will help you to understand these basic concepts quickly. After this section, we will create the Tesla landing page from scratch so you understand the workflow of Tailwind CSS. So let's get started. Hey guys, I just want to let you know that this video you have been watching is the first 20 minutes of the complete Tailwind CSS course. So after you watch this video, if you want to learn more from me, you can enroll in the full course, which includes the basic to advanced concepts, and after that, we will create a beautiful looking Tesla landing page with the help of Tailwind CSS. It also includes the summary notes, exercises, code files, and a 30 days money back guarantee to get a refund if you are not satisfied. So you have nothing to lose and a lot to learn. So if you are interested, I put the link in the description box.